Right now, I just want to tell you again when we making our short notes, try to make it during the class. After that, you can add something on it, you can write something on it, and then you complete your short notes. Because when it comes to the end, there are so many things. Because one student told after he finishing his A levels, his papers, the weight of the papers are 15 kilograms. All the notes, things, and everything is 15 kilograms. But at the end, we want to find a method to remember and understand everything. So far, the best thing is more pictures, diagrams, and colors, and all the important things in one place. So frequently use these notes, short notes to revise and remember. Then after that, anyway, you have the text which do not have any pictures. It's only highlighted text. That is, again, you can use once you know the basics. So it is like a stepwise process. Maybe it's very difficult to remember so much of information with one document. So we split the document into levels. First easy one, second middle one, like then is all informations. So when you have the easiest one, the method is more pictures and short information and everything in one place. Right, we try to add the cells now. Uh, the edge of the osteon, we can find a layer of cells like this. So it is going all around this circle, and they are the most common type of cells, and they form the osteons. This, yes. So these are cells are called osteoblast. Osteoblast, which simply write make the osteon. They form the osteons because they have to secrete the minerals, they have to secrete in a correct way, in a correct method, and also they have to organize the other lamellae, different lamellae when they are making. So osteoblast form the osteon, and if they make the osteons, probably they have too much calcium, or the area has a lot of calcium and the body wants more calcium because all the calciums are taken to make the bones. Sometimes the calcium level goes down in the blood, so they have to give back this calcium into the blood. Like that situation, there is another cell existing. These cells are not much. There are few cells in the region of osteoblast. You can find like this. So these cells are called osteoclast. Osteoclast. I just write here, break the bone. So break is not breaking like cracks, they absorb, reabsorb, right? So I just write in the. I just write dissolve matrix. They try to break the matrix to release calcium, but we will learn in the future when we're learning the skeletal system, the right functions of each cells, but for just for the understanding, osteoblasts make it, osteoclasts can break it, or just bones can remove calciums from the osteoclast. So one, two, third type of cells we can find randomly in the area of lacunae. So these are the cells randomly we can find inside the lacunae. So these cells are third type is called osteocyte. So they are more regulate bone activity. Their function is regulate bone activity, the formation of bone, or maybe removing the bones. Like these activity are controlled by these cells. So they have three types now. So what are the cells? Osteoblast, make the bone, osteoclast, and osteocytes. See, now it's become a bit complicated picture, but everything is there, nothing missed. These are the cells, osteoblast, osteoclast, and osteocytes. Osteoblast, osteoclast, and osteocytes. So it has again artery, vein, and lymph vessels to bring all the nutrients and take everything there to back calcium to bring calcium to the cells like this. Okay, that is end of bone tissues. In summary, the bone is made out of a bone marrow and collection of osteon, the hardest part. Osteon structure is like this. So we have done epithelial tissues and connective tissues. So connective tissue include bone, blood, cartilage, fat tissues, loose connective tissues, like different type of connective tissues. We learn on the connective tissues. And I think last two type of tissues, muscle and nerve. We have a separate section for muscles. We have separate section for nerves. But basic information is important to understand the system. For example, uh, now this word lymphatic vessels. What is artery? What is vein? What is nerve? What is lymphatic vessels? Now we should know from our basic biology what is the exact function of artery? Artery bring oxygen to the cells and tissues and nutrition. Vein take carbon dioxide and waste product to excrete from the body. Nerve communicate different systems of the body, coordinate with different systems and parts of the body. Lymph vessels, they bring excess fluid back into the blood, and they also important in defense mechanisms because they have white blood cells in different places. Lymph vessels move through the special areas and they are reaching cells of the immune system. So now we can understand, right, the bone getting carbon dioxide out because bone cells also respire and they need nutrition, oxygen are to bring the things. And bone should also coordinate with the other part of the body, so they have a nerves, and they should also have a defense system, lymphatic vessels drain excess fluid and also help to bring cells to protect the bones. Right now, we can go to the next type of tissues, third type out of four, muscles. Third one, muscles. So we have a separate section for muscles. We're going to learn everything, but here you get the basic information about muscle tissues. Okay, muscle tissues is made out of muscle cells. So based on the structure of the muscle cells, structure of the muscle cells, we have a three different type of muscles. This is based on the structure of the muscle cells. Okay, so far you have a good impression about the cells. We draw cell like this, cell membrane, nucleus, and then we can draw other structures like mitochondria, RER, Golgi, lysosome, and these few structures we can add to the cells. And we call it a typical cell. But these cells can be many different shapes and many different other structures. So we learn cells, basic organelles, mitochondria, Golgi, smooth endoplasmic reticulum, rough endoplasmic reticulum, ribosome, like many things we learn. But we can find maybe new organelles, new appearance of the cytoplasms, and new shape of the cells. Based on that, the muscle tissue cells are like this. One type of cells are like cylinders. The cell is like a cylinder. Another type of cells It's like this, a spindle. Other type of cells are branched. Branch cells, spindle-shaped cells, cylindrical cells. Cylindrical, a spindle, branched. The shape is completely different. And another thing we can also find, we learn so far cell has a nucleus. Now this cell can have many nuclei. One, two, three, four, five. Again, singular is a nucleus, plural is nuclei. Then we call multinucleated. It has many nuclei. This has one nucleus, this has one nucleus. And again, another thing, if we look this muscle cell, we can see some kind of a bands like this. And this one also. Sorry. Banding appearance, and here also banding appearance. This banding appearance we call striations. Striations or striated is called striated. So this could be new word for you again. The banding appearance is called striated. And this one is also striated. Single nucleus. Single nucleus. No striations. Okay, so we have three different types now: cylindrical, a spindle, and branch. One muscle cell is cylindrical, other muscle cell is spindle, other muscle cell is a branched. The cylindrical muscle cell has multi-nuclei, spindle has one nucleus, this has a one nucleus. And they have a banding appearance called striations. This has striations, this has no striations, this has striations. Now these are the three different type of muscle cells we can find. As a result, we can name where we can find them. These muscles is called cardiac muscle because we find it heart. Heart is made out of cardiac muscles. This one is called smooth muscle. I will write where we find it. It's in hollow structures. Hollow is a kind of an empty space like this. If you take a tube, this place is called hollow. Example, intestine. So we can find a smooth muscle in intestine because intestine has a space in the middle. Blood vessels. Blood vessels are same. They are tubes. Middle structure, empty space is called hollow, which is filled by the blood, and they have a smooth muscles. And respiratory system, trachea. Trachea has again a space in the middle, and around it we can find smooth muscles. First one is called a skeletal because they are attached to the skeletal system, they are attached to the bones. Skeletal, smooth, and cardiac. So we have three type of muscles in human body: skeletal muscles, smooth muscles, and cardiac muscles. So their appearance is completely different. One is cylindrical, other one is a spindle shape, another one is branched. So when they collect together, many cells join together, then they make the structure. Skeletal muscles, cells join together to make the muscles of the arms and legs attached to the bones. Okay, there are a few terms you will find in the detailed notes, but I will not try to teach these words because it is very difficult to teach this word at this point. But when we are learning the muscles, then I can teach these words. For example, the word you will find is sarcomere. The sarcomere, I can say sarcomere, but you don't know what is sarcomere. Since we're going to learn bones and muscles, we can learn detailed structures. But this is just basic understanding. The basic structure of tissues and basic terminology is important to learn different system in human body. For example, when you're going to learn digestive system in the next lesson, then I'm going to say the intestine has a smooth muscle layer. When I say intestine has a smooth muscle layer, then you have idea, okay, they are something like this. And if we take function, we can also add their right functions. These muscles, skeletal muscles, we can uh, we can control ourselves. So if I want to use my hands to write, then I control my skeletal muscles to write. As a result, we call this a voluntary. They have voluntary action. Voluntary mean I can control. Right? I just write it. I can control. These are involuntary. I can't control. This is also involuntary. Again, I can't control. So control is done by the nervous system, brain and the nervous system. They can take this control. So I cannot change. The brain and nervous system control the action of the muscles. Yes, when we're going to learn certain organs, then we say, okay, look, the intestine has smooth muscles. The smooth muscles can contract, and then the tube, the esophagus is the tube going from mouth to the stomach. Then we eat the food. The smooth muscles the esophagus use smooth muscles. Then it's involuntary. So when the food is enter into the esophagus, it is involuntary. Food is going to the stomach because smooth muscle contract. So just to understand this kind of a thing, we need the basic information about the tissues. Okay, I think we are ending the third type, that is muscles. So if you look back, what we did so far, we learned epithelial tissue. Epithelial tissues are the cells which cover the surface. Example, skin, or maybe internal organs, internal structures, like inside of the bladder, inside of the intestine. The connective tissues helps to connect one tissue with another tissues. If you consider blood connect cells of the muscle cells with uh, with some kind of hormones with the brain. And then we learn muscle tissues, and last is the nervous tissues. We also going to learn nervous tissues in the future, but we try to learn basic, little bit of basic about the nervous tissues. So, function of the nervous tissue, we can summarize in one sentence: coordination of different parts of the body. Coordination of different parts of the body is the main function of the nervous system. For example, brain is the main part of the nervous system. Brain can coordinate with the legs when we walk. The muscles contract and relax, which enable us to walk. And another thing is another example of nervous system. So if If you look this situation, if this animal trying to bite, we can see this animal through the eye, and the brain understand there is a danger situation. This animal can harm. Then brain can coordinate with the legs. Brain can coordinate with the heart. Brain can coordinate with the respiratory system. Because respiratory rate increase when you get scared, heart rate increase, breathing rate increase, maybe sweating, and maybe eyes are wide open to see properly. Then we start to run. So it is the main function of the body, coordination of different parts of the body. So it is a main coordination unit of the body. There is another coordination unit we're going to learn later on, but this is the main coordination part of the body. And nervous system, nervous tissue made out of cells. So we should also understand tissue is collection of cells. Made out of cells. They are called neurons. These cells are called neurons. And supportive cells called glial cells. Mainly neurons, and other one is glial cells. Okay, we try to see appearance of the nerve cells. So it has a cell body like this, and there's a long cytoplasmic extension but not flagella, and end is like this, and it has a nucleus and rest of the other organelles like what you learn: mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum, smooth endoplasmic reticulum, lysosomes, everything is there. And we can also find these supportive cells like this. They just attached to the nerve cells. This is the nerve cells, and that is glial cells. Exact name of the cells is called Schwann cell. So glial cells are the supportive cells. Nerve cell is the main cells. And the basic parts are this cytoplasmic extension called dendrite, and this long extension is called axon. This one is called axon terminal. So for example, what is the function of glial cells? as protection, insulation. Nerve cell is function of nerve cells transmit electrical current. So we don't use term electrical current, we use impulses. So we use the impulses is the nerve impulses is right word, but it is electrical current. But we don't use electrical current. Instead, we use nerve impulses from one direction to another direction. For example, this point, if we can start making the electrical impulses here, and the electrical impulses travels to this end. So they are long cells. They can conduct some electrical impulses to the other end. So these electrical impulses can carry information, can be transmit. So we will learn in the nervous tissues everything we're going to learn. But these are the basic information about the nervous system. Right. I think we are done this first part of the lesson, tissues. I have sent you this digestive system complete notes and notes. We're going to learn next time digestive system. So we try to learn to make a short notes and try to understand also different part of the digestive system in pictures. So we're going to see a lot of pictures of the digestive system, and also we try to draw some of the pictures, label its functions as well. And in the uh, next unit 3, we continue the classification. We're going to finish classification next week, and we're going to learn 3 domains: bacteria, archaea, and eukarya. Different phylums and classes we're going to learn. Okay, if you have a question, you can write me, WhatsApp me. I'm going to stop the class today and see you again next Tuesday at the same time.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, take care.